Yo, what's going on people? It's your boy Huncho, back at you again with another video. So with the new coronavirus laws coming into place and more local lockdowns happening with a potential nationwide one coming soon, there's obviously been people who have genuine concerns about what's going on right now. Recently there's been a lot of protesting over the lockdown with the anti-lockdown, anti-vaccine and anti-face mask movements, which has had its critics and it's also seen many people locked up. Now, whether you agree with the protesting or not, it is currently guidelines to wear a face mask on public transport and keep your social distancing from people, which I'm pretty sure a lot of people watching this are more than happy to do. And I'm pretty sure if someone came up to you within 2 meters and they wasn't wearing a face mask when they have plenty of room, I'm pretty sure a lot of people would ask if they could keep their distance, or they would take it upon themselves to just move that little bit extra anyway. Well, recently it seems as if an incident like this had happened on a bus in North London, and this is what happened. At 9:40 PM on the 23rd of August 2020, the 63-year-old victim who works for the NHS Track Trace had gotten onto the Route 149 bus at Seven Sisters Station in Tottenham and stood by the middle doors of the bus. A second man then gets onto the bus at the next stop around 5 minutes later, and at 9:50 PM, CCTV footage shows the second man stand close to the NHS worker, and to keep his social distancing, the NHS worker decides to move back to the back doors on the bus. Then without warning, the man launches a violent attack against the NHS worker. As no arrests have been made yet, the police are currently trying to track down the man, so in a recent appeal, investigating officer PC Chris Bowman from the Roads and Transport Police Command said, although there is no sound on the CCTV and all the victim remembers is waking up in hospital, we believe that this was all triggered by face masks. We think that the attacker, who had his face covering beneath his chin, took offence when the victim, who was fully covered, consciously moved away from him. When the attacker then follows the victim to the back of the bus, he can be seen pointing and gesturing at the victim's face mask before he starts repeatedly punching and kicking him and went on to stamp on the victim's head 5 times. This was a totally unwarranted violent assault, and we urgently need to speak to this man. The suspect is being described as a black man aged between 23 to 25 years old, tall, with an athletic/muscular build, and he was wearing blue tracksuit bottoms, a white vest and white trainers. Now look, if you're on public transport, just wear a face mask. I know some people are against it, but honestly just do yourself a favour and don't get hit with a fine. Even if you're against it, just save yourself the hassle. If someone moves away from you, don't take offence. They clearly just have concerns about what's going on right now. Maybe they have people who are classed as vulnerable at home and are taking that extra step, and in this case the man literally works for the NHS, so clearly he's going to make sure he's following the rules. So for this man to go on and randomly attack him like this after taking offence to the man keeping his social distance just shows the mindset of some people nowadays. But moving on to our next story, and it seems as if 11 firearms officers from the Metropolitan Police have been acid attacked while trying to act out a raid in Barnet. At around 1:50 PM today, the 23rd of September 2020, officers were executing a drugs warrant as part of a proactive operation in Dale Close, Barnet. As the officers executed the warrant, they were injured by a corrosive substance. All 11 officers are believed to have suffered injuries and are currently receiving medical treatment after being taken to hospital, and the police are currently awaiting an assessment to the extent of these injuries, but it is said that the injuries are non-life threatening. It's also being reported that a number of males were arrested for drug offences, and they were also taken to hospital because they too had suffered injuries due to this corrosive substance, and again their injuries are believed to be non-life threatening. Full inquiries into the exact circumstances are ongoing, and Chief Superintendent Roy Smith, BCU Commander for Harrow, Brent and Barnet, said, "I'm extremely grateful to colleagues from our Specialist Firearms Command who put themselves at risk to protect our communities, and colleagues from London Fire Brigade and London Ambulance Service who came to their assistance using our well-established protocols for dealing with this type of incident." I'd like to reassure the local community that there is no ongoing risk to the public and local officers will remain on patrol in the area to provide reassurance. So my question is, how much acid was thrown for 11 officers and a number of suspects to be taken to hospital for injuries? Because that's a hell of a lot of people. It seems as if maybe they came in, a lot of people were in the same room, and then out of nowhere, someone's came into the room with what it seems like as a bucket full of acid and has literally just thrown it over everyone. These were firearms officers at the end of the day, and whoever threw this acid is pretty lucky to be alive right now, because if shots had been fired, it wouldn't have ended up good for anyone involved. In a situation like this though, do you think the firearms officers should have used deadly force, or seeing as everyone has been arrested now, do you think that that was enough and situations like this are literally just a part of the job? It's interesting how no one has currently been arrested over throwing a corrosive substance though. Maybe that's because the police are trying to find out exactly what happened before they go on to arrest anyone, but it is interesting how no one has been arrested for that at this current time. But let me know what you guys think of this in the comment section below. Give the video a little like, and if you want the latest drill, street and music news out of the UK, be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. It's been your boy Huncho, and I'm out.